my time to shine. He took over. He got it. Splash. And that will put some gauze on it. Thought they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time. You're looking live inside Wayne State Fieldhouse, where tonight a PSL boys title will be defined. Who will do it? Will Cass win it again? The defending state champions against a talented Renaissance club. We'll have the starters and analysis from Sam Stick Day coming up right after this. You're watching the Prep's coverage of the city championship on Full Court Prep.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-97.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to fix my feet today and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing!
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
All right, this is Adam, take two. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Revving up in Midtown Detroit, the city championship about to get decided on the boys' side. Detroit Renaissance winning on the girls' side. And Detroit Henry Ford winning on the unified game side. Samstick Day, your thoughts on this matchup between Cass Tech and Renaissance. Cass Tech, the state champs from a year ago, looking for back-to-back city titles.
Yeah, whenever you get two of the best teams in the city matching up, that means you got two of the best teams in the state matching up, and there's all-stars all over the place, from Corey Sadler to Stevie Hall, Derek Miller for Cass Tech, and Marcellus Phillips, Malachi Jackson, Jordan Sigmund. The stars are out tonight in Detroit, and it is going to be a fun game.
You mentioned the starters for Renaissance, a team that comes in 15-4, 6-2 on a 7-game win streak under John D. White. The guard play, something that you really see, a skilled team stick. We're looking forward to watching them here tonight. They beat King for the first time since 2019. As we shift gears to the Cass Tech Technicians and their first team All-City player, Corey Sadler. Corey Sadler, the sophomore, of course, the sensation on the football field as well. Stevie Hall, the freshman, an honorable mention All-City, the freshman, and yes, the son of Steve Hall, the head coach for Cass Tech. Derek Miller, who's been this team's leading scorer for most of the year, a returner from a year ago, big part of that team, second team All-City for the 5'11 senior. And then Lee Harris and Amari Johnson up front, add some size and some stability at 6'5 and 6'6. Johnson came back late in the year, and he's really helped them.
Yeah, Johnson with all that size and ability, kind of really the only true center that they have on the roster. So adding him to the squad definitely changes the shape of what your starting lineup's going to look like.
Cass Tech coached by Steve Hall, assisted by Bobby Johnson, Richard LeGrere, Ibn Pitts, Llewellyn Fluker, DeMarco Womble on staff. For Detroit Renaissance, coached by John D. White, assisted by Kevin Hunt, Toria Robinson, Darius Ski, Ellis Bernard, and Jason Gamblin. There you see the starters. Led by Lance Stone, first team All-City. And what can you say about Lance? Leading candidate as a junior for Mr. PSL. Some call him the best point guard in the state, but he's had a premier year, and he's got help in the backcourt with Jordan Sigmund, a guy that's All-City this year, honorable mention, but he's got a handful of high major offers, and complemented by the newly entry into the lineup, a guy that Marcellus Phelps, who's really helped quite a bit, and Brandon Flint rounds out their starting five.
Yeah, Marcellus Phelps, one of the great on-ball defenders that we're going to be able to watch tonight. He's kind of a game changer. You mentioned Lance Stone. I mean, his coach regards him as the best point guard in the state, and as you mentioned, could he be named Mr. PSL tonight? We'll find out. But first, he's got to get through Cass Tech. And the way to do that for Cass Tech, they're going to be pressing the guards. But if you're Renaissance, you got to be able to break that press and not turn the ball over. If you can do that, I think Renaissance can pull this off tonight. But a lot of people have Cass Tech winning this ball game.
The first matchup this year, it was a double overtime instant classic and an 88-85 win for Cass Tech. Cass's only blemish was in the Gotta Get It Classic, a game we did against Zeeland West when they lost by nearly 20 points. In fact, it was a loss 61-42 in Grand Rapids that day. We're underway. Renaissance with a basketball right to left. 15-4 on the year, 6-2. 3 of their losses have been in the final minute. There you see the pressure and the double team. And Stone finds the open man. Top side. Now to Sigmund, floater no, offensive rebound and a reset. Great hustle by Malachi Jackson.
Yeah, those extra possessions are going to prove to be valuable in a game like this.
Stone steps into a triple and sticks it and has already energized his ball club. 3-0 Renaissance bites first.
And that's why those extra possessions are so huge. You force a miss, and the next thing you know, Renaissance is banging threes away.
Sadler into the post. They will double team the post. That's Amari Johnson. Clean dish to the top side. Derek Miller steps into one. And that's out of bounds. Lance Stone had it. Or Sigmund, but he was on that baseline.
Yeah, Stone got in there. Little guy, but is able to fight and get those rebounds. He just happened to come down with his foot out of bounds. And there's a nice look at that 3-shot.
In the post, and that's a travel. Solid post defense by the undersized Renaissance teams. Look, it's the guard-heavy Renaissance team against a Cass Tech team that does have some size in addition to their talented guards.
Yeah, Cass definitely has the talent, and they have the effort, like right there, the poke away by C.J. Sadler.
Starts a 3-on-2, left block layup, good by the freshman Stevie Hall, and Cass has cut it to 1. A minute and a half gone by.
And that's exactly what we said Renaissance cannot do if they want to win this game. Turning the ball over, you see how easy it is for Cass Tech to turn that into offense.
Stevie Hall with a couple Division I offers. Sadler says, give me that pill, his second pick. Throws it ahead like a touchdown pass. And the same result from Stevie Hall, and it's 4-3. Cass has their first lead, and Sadler has his third steal already, not even 2 minutes old. And how about the dime down low? Missed shot, offensive rebound. Johnson and a reset. It's going to be an over and back.
Oh, that is tough because Sadler was looking for his third assist to go with his third steal, and this guy is all over the place. Look at that chest pass on the money for an easy layup by Phelps.
This is the pace that's relentless with Cass Tech. Both sides of the ball stick. Can Renaissance hang with them? Can they play at that pace? Or can they at least play at their pace and not get sped up?
That's the thing. You can play at their pace. You just can't turn the ball over like they have already early in this game.
Stone with it. Scoring combo guard. Drive, kick, corner, 3. No, but another offensive rebound. Second of the game by Marcellus Phelps, the sophomore. Pull up, Sigmund, lefty J, no. Amari Johnson with a 6'6" senior rebound. Sadler on the push in the paint. Fires one up, fills it up. Cass Tech on a 6-0 run, 5:20 to go in the first.
Sadler let you know they're a little too small for me. I love this kid's attitude.
Hot corner. Down the hatch, Malachi Jackson for 3. And we're knotted up at 6.
And he's that guy. He's your 3-and-D guy, so if he can get it going from three-point, you know it's going to be a good night.
Down low, power stuff attempt by Amari Johnson is short. But he'll go line right and get rewarded in this action-packed first quarter.
Yeah, nice look at that Malachi Jackson three-point shot from the corner. Great find there. They also like Brandon Flint guarding the hoop there. Make a big number 25, Amari Johnson, earn it. And there you go. That's exactly why you do it. You hope he misses at least one.
The future's bright for Renaissance. It's a team that's all juniors and sophomores in the starting 5. And just 2 seniors on the roster, Wright and Chambers, and they'll be missed, but they're not in the top 8 in the rotation. We get a push in the back and a foul. It was caught by the near side official, Anthony Ball.
Not sure who he called that on. It looked like he was holding up a 0 for Corey Sadler.
It was. He pushed him. I did catch it on the bottom side here of the screen.
He's a physical guy, you know. We watched him as a freshman playing football, coming in and just dominating and running over seniors. So basketball is not his strongest sport, but he is a heck of an athlete.
First team All-City. Cass by 1. Malachi Jackson back to Sigmund. The lefty to the corner. Around the horn, open 3, in and out, no. Sigmund couldn't swipe it, and here comes Cass, +1.
But you like that extra pass by Renaissance.
Corey again bowling his way down the avenue. Second chance opportunity, Lee Harris, and the junior will shoot 2 free throws.
And that is where Cass Tech can be a major problem in this game on that offensive rebound, because if you just look at the stat sheet, I mean, they got 6'5", 6'6" guys, and really the tallest guy on the floor for Renaissance is 6'4".
It's definitely the difference in the 2 teams on paper. The Technicians riding a 9-game win streak, and they have added to their arsenal up front at midseason. Amari Johnson, you'll recall, was out due to illness early on in the year, a projected starter for, I think about 10 to 15 games. Splits the pair, does Lee Harris. And here comes Lance Stone, a triple already in his back pocket. It's a 3-point heavy and talented Renaissance team.
Being very patient on offense.
Hard to imagine how these two teams combined for 170 points in their first meeting.
This is for the championship, though. A little bit more nerves coming into this game.
That's a good point. Wheeling his way to the hole. Long is Derek Miller, and a foul on the rebound attempt. And we'll see if it's a shooting or non-shooting foul. Here's another look.
Him to the line. Yep, on the way up. Marcellus Phillips, you were hoping for a jump ball there, getting both hands on the ball, but they give him the foul shots.
2 shots line right. First one rolls in for Cass Tech. 9 straight they've won. You got to go back to the 20th of January for their only blemish in their 19 games played this year. Perfect 8-0 in league play. Won the state title. The first time in school history under Steve Hall last year. Steve Hall had already led Detroit Rogers to state titles. John D. White for Renaissance knows state titles as well. He bagged 5 of them as an assistant coach at Southfield Christian. Dribble drive baseline, great cutoff, and Sigmund couldn't handle the pass, but it touched a Cass Tech leg before it trickled out.
Yeah, Renaissance isn't getting it really going on the scoreboard right now, but all of their possessions have been very methodical, looking for the open shot and not rushing it. They just haven't been able to knock it down, and the turnovers are starting to catch up with them. I mean, 4 steals already for Cass Tech.
Yep. Jaden Miller is checked into the game for Renaissance. Lance Stone has it. Stevie Hall chasing him around. Long 3, Splash City. And Lance with an emphatic hand motion after the make, his second of the game, and he's cut it to 2. Clear ahead corner. Stevie Hall for 3. And he's got a quick 7 in this first quarter.
Now you're starting to see how both these teams could score in bunches and just get hot from the field.
Shot up, no. And over the back climbs Renaissance. Foul's going to go on Alfonso Harris, the freshman.
Yeah, here's a nice look at that deep jump shot. My goodness, Lance Stone. That is why he's in consideration for Mr. PSL. He's got pretty much unlimited range. He'll be shooting from the Upper Peninsula before this game's over.
You guys saw him earlier this year.
Yeah.
I know, in a game at Renaissance.
Yeah, they had to come back and win. And, you know, the coach sat all 5 starters early in the first quarter. And when we were talking to him in the week, I asked him why he did that. And, you know, you don't see that too often. But he said, you know, my guys respond to being challenged. They responded to being put on the spot. And he wanted to show them, look, you're not above this team. We're all going to play the right way or you're not going to play at all.
We got a technical foul, I believe. John D. White not happy. And he's getting an explanation from Mike Foster. Anthony Ball, Mike Foster, and Jacob Keeley, who may or may not be my neighbor, is the third official. Free throw good for Derek Miller.
Really?
Yeah. Like not next door, but within
the area.
Within a 4-iron. So you don't know which direction he lives because you don't know where my 4-iron's going to go.
Oh, we know it's not in front of you.
Hey, listen, buddy. I think I bested you perhaps in our round this summer.
I would say in every round we play.
I don't know about that. I think you've nipped me a couple times. Let's just say we need help when we're out there. We need the Westfalls and the Sonnenbergs. Floater down the avenue, no. Stevie too strong. He's got 7. That's the best of the bunch, but Corey Sadler rises above the rest. And Cass Tech enjoying their largest lead of 9 as Renaissance has a foul on the floor.
How does Corey Sadler finish this play at the other end amongst the trees? You know, you watch him out there, he's 6 foot tall, but he's so strong and so balanced, able to get that off the glass, push it to a 9-point lead here in the first quarter of the city championship.
The green guys doubling up. The Renaissance Phoenix right now. Will Rennie make a run? We'll find out after this.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Here you get a look at Cass Tech's coach Stephen Hall, 9th season as head coach, won a state title last season. The pretty dominant team. Led Detroit Rogers to a Class B state title in 2003, 2004, and 2005. Coached at Detroit Northwestern to their first Detroit Public School League title in 30 years back in 2008. So pretty much wherever he goes, he's a winner. And he's definitely a winner here at Cass Tech.
And Stick, you said a lot of good things. The one thing that stood out to me, and I missed it the first game around, he averaged 30.7 points a game his senior year at Cass Tech. That's insane.
That is insane.
And it was, I believe, in the three-point era, but still, Steve Hall wasn't relying on those threes. He played his college ball at the University of Washington and at Virginia Tech.
You know they're having shooting competitions in practice against Coach. You know they want to challenge Coach.
Well, and he learned it. His son learned it from him. He didn't lick it off the grass. Throw ahead, here comes Cass. Doubling up their rival, Rennie. Sigmund with a steal. Throw ahead, Lance. They'll never get him.
And there you go, Renaissance giving Cass a little bit of taste of their own medicine, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to pester you. They're going to get those steals and turn those steals into instant offense. Great finish by Lance Stone.
Such a disruptive defense for Renaissance and a team that shares the ball so well. Good passing team. But they're down now a touchdown with 95 seconds left in this first quarter of the city championship.
Got Matthew Collins checking in the ball game for the first time.
Sadler bullying his way down. Dips it down to Harris, who finishes strongly for a bucket.
What a pass down low. My goodness. Cannot wait to see that on instant replay.
Sigmund with a floater, and he's going up with a second opportunity. He'll get 2 shots.
The creativity of this Corey Sadler pass down low. Look at this. Around 2 defenders, wow. Bounce pass behind the back on the money. That is unreal.
Really fun to watch in every sport we've ever seen him in.
Yeah, I know every single game we call, I come off as a Corey Sadler homer, but it's just unbelievable what this kid does with a ball in his hands.
Well, it's real. It's organic. 4 points for Sadler, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. He does have 2 fouls. That's something to watch out for.
He's got a couple of steals in there as well.
Yeah. But these 2 free throws are good by Sigmund. And ahead of the press, Collins to the corner. No good. Jordan on the run with his cross-country teammates. City champions in cross-country. State qualifier was this man, Jordan Sigmund, along with Lance Stone.
And we talked about that earlier with the girls' teams playing. Renaissance does the same thing with their girls' team. And it's more about, it's more about the endurance aspect of it. We also talked about just the continuity of the team and the guys working together. And, when a guy's falling behind because he's out of breath, the team's got to pull him forward.
That's right.
And that's the type of stuff that shows on the basketball court.
14 fouls for Cass Tech. 1 more. And that'll put Rennie at the line over the limit, but there's just 51 seconds left, and this is a long pause for I don't know what.
Station identification.
Sure, you are watching the Prep on the Prep's YouTube channel. Ball out of bounds, baseline left, 51 ticks left, 7-point lead for Cass, and another steal, 3-on-2 the other way. Sadler, and he's fouled on his way down the boulevard. That's the over-the-limit foul. Sadler line right to shoot 2 shots and try to grow this Cass Tech lead to its largest of 9.
Yeah, there you see just another turnover turning into instant offense for Cass Tech. And you're going to put Corey Sadler at the line and push this score up even higher than it is. And these are the free points you don't want to give Cass Tech, right? You want to make them earn it by shooting outside jumpers. They haven't been able to do that here in the first quarter.
Sadler leads this team in assists and steals, but he's also a clutch player, and that you won't see on the stat sheet, but we've seen it on the gridiron. We've seen it on the basketball court. He makes statement plays, and he makes fun plays that are dynamic and most can't make. And that's why he's the highest rated athlete in the country in the class of 2026 in football.
Is that a fact?
Yes.
Highest rated in the country.
Athlete, as an athlete.
Yeah, no, I'm understanding what you said, but highest rated in the country, anything that follows doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He'll be a junior next year, a lot of options. Colorado, Alabama, Michigan, Michigan State. Somebody's going to try to get him to play 2 sports. Stone line left, and it rolls off. Lance Stone, his father Lamonte Stone, an assistant coach at Eastern Michigan. And he's had a couple tours of duty at Eastern Michigan. And his father had a great run at Bowling Green as well, and Ohio State as Division I basketball assistants. And a good friend of the program, Lamonte Stone. Once called a game in your chair, the Detroit King on a January afternoon.
I'm sure he did a phenomenal job, just like he does everything else.
He did. Floater in the paint, Matthew Collins, no. The throw out, the dish, and maybe too selfless, and it forced a turnover, but that turnover was given right back with a Sadler shoes on that end line.
And I was just about to comment on Renaissance, kind of switching it up, forcing it, running the floor, doing it, and then you just cannot convert, and those are the things that kill you. But that's the effort by Corey Sadler, chasing that play down from behind and intercepting that pass.
It's his 4th steal of the game. Timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here with 27.3 seconds left. They will honor Ben Kelso at halftime of this game, the legendary Ben Kelso, who won 3 state titles at Detroit Cooley in the late 80s. George Ward Jr., a big part of those teams. Raphael Peterson, a big part of those teams. And we're fortunate to have some coverage of that. We'll also talk to Ben Kelso at halftime on the back end of it.
Sold out arena here at Wayne State Fieldhouse. And shout out to all the 450 some odd people watching right now on the Prep. Make sure you like and subscribe. And while we're in a break, in the comments, let us know where you're watching from and who you're rooting for.
Absolutely, we appreciate that. We also appreciate the memory of Mikhail Covington, as you see on that far right, assistant athletic director of the PSL. And yeah, he was a friend of ours, and he always will be. Died, gone too soon on this past Monday. And Mikhail Covington, the Prep, the city, all will keep you in memory. Thank you, Mikhail Covington, for what you've done. Renaissance basketball, 17 seconds left. They trail by 8, and perhaps their final possession of the first half. Sigmund left side, 10 seconds to go. And Sigmund with a travel, thanks to that pesky, stymie, sticky Cass Tech defense.
Yeah, and a good job not to reach there, just kind of stand and absorb the hit, which caused the travel, just getting in the way and being obstructive.
7.5 seconds left. I'm sorry.
You're going to get another look at it, just leaves the ground and comes down, and Amari Johnson did not bite.
Nowhere to go. Sadler to hustle, 7 seconds left. Crosses the timeline, 3 seconds, 2-1. Collins at the buzzer had it blocked, and in midair, somehow, Cass Tech gets a jump shot off by Corey Sadler. That takes us to the end of the first quarter. Your thoughts on the first 8 minutes?
What we discussed early coming into the game, Renaissance cannot turn the ball over, and they did it in this first quarter, down by 8. But all they got to do, make sure you're in control of the game, quit turning the ball over, and make Cass Tech earn it down the stretch.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
Welcome back to a sold-out Wayne State Fieldhouse and the city championship. My name is Chad Bush, alongside Sam Stick Day. We are the Prep. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. We saw Catholic League championships yesterday on the girls' side. Father Gabriel Richard, they will take on Detroit Renaissance in Operation Friendship on Thursday. And the Catholic League and the PSL boys, as Orchard Lake St. Mary's, the number one team in the state, awaits the winner of this one. Lance Stone doing his best to try to get to that Saturday night game in Operation Friendship.
Yeah, and you can tell Renaissance is really putting an effort in on, even if we're pulling down a rebound, we want to run out. We want to run out on Cass Tech, and that time it worked out perfectly.
Shot, no, whistling a foul and over the back. That's Lee Harris who got busted, the lanky 6'5" junior for Steve Hall.
And Harris did not want to give the ball up to Mr. Stone. Stone comes in, tries to grab it, and he, no, just drops it behind him. A little bit of gamesmanship.
No doubt.
For the city championship, you guarantee these guys are going to be in it.
Now's the time to do it. Open, Sigmund, 17-footers flat. Couldn't get his own rebound. Sadler covered it up, looked ahead. Stevie Hall, what a dish. Right sideline three, splash city. Derek Miller, second team All-City with a beautiful setup from the rookie Hall.
Yeah, you called it, Stevie Hall. What an amazing pass, but number one, Marcellus Phelps, said, all right, we got a good number one on our team too.
He's known for his defense, but that rip drive in the baseline's promising. Left wing Miller heating up, heat checker, no, big boy rebound, and all they could do on that left block was reach in and foul. That's Brandon Flint holding on for dear life at 6'3".
Mari Johnson absolutely skying for that rebound as you get a nice look at Derek Miller's three as he drains it after the beautiful assist by Stevie Hall.
Lob play. Might have hit the front of the rim. Cass came down with it anyway. And the layup attempt by Harris. And a foul again, and we're starting to see the size of Cass Tech starting to take over.
Yeah, Renaissance responding with LA Gales checking in. He picks up the foul, but that's the size that Renaissance is going to have to bring off the bench.
And it is youth with size. It's LA Gales, the freshman at 6'5". And you also might see Alfonso Harris, the freshman at 6'4". It's been the Achilles heel for this team, or at least, but look, John D. White, we asked him about it, Stick, and he said, we don't need big guys out there. We did it at Southfield Christian this way. We know how to play without a big, and we're okay with it. It makes us faster, makes us who we are.
Let's be honest, the way the game of basketball has evolved, the big man has kind of become extinct, yes. A true big. But if you got a big that can move the floor and do special things, you need a big in this to get to the final position.
Yeah, they are not your 1989 Pistons. Pull up, jumper from 14, no. Hustle down there and grit. And Jaden Miller comes away with it. Stone with a rainbow triple that went halfway down. He'll get his own miss, and he'll float it, score it, and get three the hard way.
I don't think he called glass when it left his hands, but you know what? He's going to let him know. Listen, I took the foul, and I was strong enough to get off the shot, and then sometimes that's what happens. Look at that, a beautiful floater above the tape on the high glass.
I know it's overused and, plays bigger than his size. It's not he plays bigger, it's just he knows how to compensate for his size deficiency, and it doesn't really matter with him. He just overcomes. Breaking the press, jump shot good. The technicians ran it to a T. And broke that press and got a bucket, 8-point lead. Stone to stay hot. 3 ball, short, and who else comes away with it? Corey on the run down the boulevard. And he gets fouled and rewarded line right with 2 shots. Sadler coast to coast. Good luck getting in front of 0.
Yeah, he is like a bowling ball coming down that lane. Nothing's going to stop him, and the only way to get him to not just lay that up nice and easy is to foul him. Heading out into the backboard, too, there. Hopefully he's all right getting up.
How about the free throws? Shout out to the free throw shooting in this game. This is, well, there you go.
You did it, Chad.
I'll take responsibility. Going into that free throw, Cass Tech was 11 of 12 from the free throw line. With that miss, they're still 85% at 11 of 13 from the stripe, and Renaissance pretty good at 4 of 5.
But that's been the difference in the game. Cass Tech being able to be a little bit more physical, getting to the line, and knocking down their free throw shots before you brought it up.
And getting second chance opportunities, but they don't take advantage. Stone down the avenue, kick right side, 3 ball, need it, and got it. That's Jaden Miller, the 6'2 sophomore off the bench, and the juice for Rennie is back in this joint.
Yeah, closing it out to a 5-point game now.
Miller floater, no, 50-50 ball, and that's a foul on Cass Tech. And guess who, right in the middle of it, you make a big shot, and Jaden Miller continues it on the defensive end.
Well, you talked about him being part of the size that they can bring off the bench, but not only does he add that size, that shooting ability is going to space the floor for Renaissance to do some other things.
Love his dirty work John D. White talks about from Jaden Miller and the big 3-point shot ability. We're coming back to beautiful Wayne State Fieldhouse. We got a 5-point game with 5 to go until the break. We're the Prep. Thanks for watching.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Welcome back. Chad and Stick with you. They will honor the 87, 88, and 89 teams of Detroit Cooley. At halftime, we'll have some of that coverage for you. Ben Kelso, the head coach. And how about the stick back slam and the rim rupture from Amari Johnson? Wow. 18-footer, jumpers fresh, and a quick answer from Malachi Jackson, the Bloomfield Hills transfer.
Yeah, that was a nice answer, too, because after a dunk like that, you know, the arena's in it, the team's in it, you need to respond, and Renaissance did just that.
Johnson with 5 rebounds and his first field goal there of the night. 5-point game, 4:15 left in the first half. Cass Tech's lead has been as big as 9 in this game. That was with 2:15 left. Miller, no, tried to draw the foul. Sigmund and Renaissance on the run with numbers. Stone fakes down the avenue, lost it. Got sped up. 3-on-2 the other way. Miller, Collins, corner, 2, got it.
And once again, defense leading to offense. Corey Sadler breaking up that pass, and it turned into a nice jump shot for Collins.
A little show and go floater, short corner, no. Pretty move though from Phelps. And Cass in trouble in the backcourt, and a double dribble, and the turnover forced thanks to Sigmund and Phelps.
Yeah, Cass Tech arguing that Renaissance got their hand on the ball. That's why Corey Sadler bobbled it, but the official was on top of it right there. And he's saying it's a double dribble.
Jacob Keeley, Mike Foster, and Anthony Ball, your officials tonight.
Jake Keeley, your neighbor.
That's right. Corner three for Rennie. It's long and cleaned up by Lee Harris. Harris's 5th board of the game to go with 10 points. He's the leading scorer for Cass.
Cass Tech being very deliberate on this possession, and that's what you got to like about their game. When they're not getting the steals and the runouts, they're comfortable putting it in the half-court set.
Right point, Hall. Hall with 7 in this game. Edens is checked in, and Edens lost it. 3-on-2 developing. Lance Stone, alley-oop, layup, strong, and too strong off the glass, and couldn't finish it. Could Miller.
Yeah, just got a little too excited. He could have brought that back down. He didn't have to force it on the alley-oop. I mean, it would have been beautiful if he converted, but he didn't have to do it.
Yep. Derek Miller, 2nd-team All-City. Corey Sadler, 1st-team All-City. Fresh feed, right block, layup, no, but a foul. And Lee Harris back to the line thanks to Sadler in the setup.
Just playing big boy basketball, that's all they're doing right now. They know they got the size advantage down low, and when you got a guy facilitating like that, getting it to the bigs that close to the rim, it's going to be tough to stop them.
Harris is 6 of 6 at the free throw line in this game.
You're a brave man, Chad. You're a brave man.
I have nothing to do with the result of that free throw. Never have, never will.
I've been heartbroken too many times to believe that's not true. Watching the Pistons back in the day.
Oh, man. It's fun to believe. Splits the pair. It's an 8-point game with 2:15 left. Corner three again. No dice for Miller this time. Cass on the run, 3-on-2. Miller too fast. Sadler has his back, but not a bucket. Rennie wants to run. They've got numbers if they can get out, and they do. Watch out. On the run. Stone alone for 3. Unselfish pass. Layup. Good.
Whew, that was close to coming off the front of the rim, but he was able to do it and get it up there. Jalen Howell is making a difference in this game after coming off the bench just a few minutes ago.
Renaissance within 6. 100 seconds left in this first half. Stevie Hall around the perimeter. Miller wants it. Hunting that 3. No. Good box out by Rennie.
Yeah, excellent box out.
Sigmund all the way to the hole. Cass doesn't stop. Ball, and Rennie's within 4, as close as they've been in a long, long time.
Yeah, Cass Tech just kind of opening up and letting them have the free layup. You don't see that too often in a city championship game.
That Rennie run game. Harris tries to bully it up, no, and Sigmund will leak out, and they'll never get him. And Renaissance has cut it to 2 with under a minute to go until halftime. How about this Rennie run? A 7-0 run.
Defense turning into offense and leading to simple baskets. That's how you're going to win this championship.
Sigmund now with 6 points to go with 7 rebounds, and another opportunity for Renaissance to tie or take the lead for the first time since the opening minutes of this ballgame.
And the crowd's starting to feel it too. There you see just a shuffle of the shoes, trying to use this momentum to get to the rim, but they pulled away their bodies, and next thing you know, you're off balance.
Both teams with 8 turnovers in this game. Sorry, Stick.
Oh, you're fine. I was just going to say, you could definitely feel the momentum shift.
Yep. 6 steals in the game for Cass Tech. Rennie trying to get the last shot here, and Sadler creates yet another steal. And chaos breaking out, and Sadler, no surprise, wins that. And the fresh feed to Miller for the 4-point lead. Oh, what a dime by 0.
What a difference maker Corey Sadler is.
Sigmund with the answer from Stone, no. And at the buzzer, the heave. And Cass Tech by 4. It's really revving up in the Motor City. Stick, it's been a fun 16. Can't wait to do another.
Yeah, that man right there kind of saved the day right before the end of the half with the steal and the assist to keep Cass Tech up 4.
Huron Valley Athletic Complex, where dreams, passion, and hard work create success.
I love running and working out, but my heel pain was devastating. So I go to fix my feet today, and in about 30 minutes, I walked out pain-free and could not believe it.
Even if you think you tried everything and nothing has worked for you, call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Welcome back to Wayne State Fieldhouse. A special ceremony going on right now. Detroit Cooley, which is now unfortunately closed. What an impact they had, though. 3 straight victories, the trifecta. George Ward Jr. was on that team, Raphael Peterson, the entire team, or most of them, collecting right now in the middle of Wayne State Fieldhouse. This was a run. Michael Talley, a legendary run, and led by a legendary coach in Ben Kelso, who taught 23 years in the DPS CD. He taught at Henry Ford and Mumford, Redford Central, McKenzie. And then a legendary coach, Albert Richmond, said, I'm not going to leave McKenzie, but I think they need a coach over at Henry Ford. He said, I guess I'm not going to go there. I'll head to Henry Ford. And he started his career there, and what a run it was. And there you see George Ward Jr., the King head coach, Raphael Peterson, Michael Talley. What a collection. And it was all led by Ben Kelso, the legendary head coach. 3 straight Class A state championships, 87, 88, and 89. And the Detroit Public School League doing the right thing today, honoring this team, this dynasty, and this man, Ben Kelso. Kelso would go on to play at Central Michigan. He's number 7 on their all-time scoring list. He's also a former Detroit Piston and a former National Coach of the Year at Cooley High School. He was also named the Coach of the Decade in Michigan of the 1980s. They featured him on Sports Illustrated. And he won a city championship in 1992 before he retired. Did you see some of the great photos here? But he'll go down in DPS CD history and Hall of Fame as the only coach to win 3 Class A state championships. Ben Kelso, one of the best, and these Detroit Cooley Cardinals getting their due here tonight in Detroit.
Sun Valley Athletic Complex, where dreams, passion, and hard work create success.
Does your bank make you feel like you belong there? At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, you are a member of a financial institution that serves the Catholic community, providing you with an opportunity to align your banking with your Catholic identity. You receive all the products and services you need to manage your money, and your membership helps support Catholic schools, parishes, and organizations. It's time to put your money where your faith is. Visit AllianceCatholic.com to get started today. Service, community, Catholic. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
My time to shine. He got it. Splash.
And that will put some gauze on it. They were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Four-point game at the break. Cass Tech in the lead. They once led by 9 with 2 minutes to go in the first. But Renaissance would come back. What stood out for you in this contest so far?
Well, we were looking at the turnovers are pretty even, but 7 of those turnovers are steals by Cass Tech, and that have led to instant offense and have given them the lead in this game. But Lance Stone doing his thing, coming in, shooting, getting the breakaway there. You can see Renaissance start to pick it up and pass the ball a lot more. But Lance Stone with 14 points in that first half. You got Lee Harris with 11, and then Stevie Hall with 7 for Cass Tech. But overall, a pretty balanced game. Free throw line disparity, a little bit different.
11 more free throws for Cass Tech in the game. And oh, by the way, they've made 12 of those 16 total free throws. Game still in the balance. We'll have the second half coming up shortly. As you see some of the highlights. How about the naming of Mr. PSL, Lance Stone? He leads the building with 14 points. And congratulations to Lance Stone, a junior, winning Mr. PSL. A-Cuff last year, a junior, won Mr. PSL. If you're the best player, they're going to give you the award, and why not? That's the right way to do it.
Yeah, and that's the big award, though. Lance Stone's happy he's walking away with Mr. PSL, but he wants that team award that we're just showing on camera, the PSL championship for his team. And he's got a chance to shoot Renaissance in to that conversation here in the second half. It's going to be a good one going down the wire.
Don't go anywhere. We've got the start of the second half just around the corner from sold out Wayne State Fieldhouse. We're the Prep. Thanks for watching the City Championship.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
My time to shine. He got it. Splash.
And that will put some dogs on it.
They were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time. Look, she must have heard us talking.
Welcome back to Wayne State Fieldhouse. If you'd like to follow us on our social media, that would be awesome. We're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, the Gram, X, Twitter, and right here on YouTube, where you're watching. If you'd be so kind to please subscribe. It's free. We'll give you a lot of games to watch at the high school level for free. And if you'd like to join our sponsorship team, we'd love that. Please email us at info@theprepsports.com. Thanks for watching. He is Sam Stick Day. My name is Chad Bush. This is game 3 of 3, and it's the boys' city championship. We already covered Detroit Henry Ford and the game winner at the buzzer and the walk-off for them. Congratulations to Detroit Henry Ford on the first title in the Unified game, and the girls' side, Renaissance, took care of business against Cass Tech.
I'd say so. They had a 40-point lead at one point. That game got out of control, but it was still a fun game to watch. You can see the talent on both sides. And now here we are, going on into the second half. Cass Tech 36, Renaissance 32.
Yes, sir. State playoffs coming up just around the corner. This is for the city title, though. Both these teams looking to make some waves. And the MHSA tournament, it starts in just another week or two. Right corner three, short. And what an athletic save that was touched on that baseline. Malachi Jackson not rewarded for his hustle.
Cass Tech coming out in a bit of a zone there. That's a little twist that we haven't seen. They're going to make Renaissance shoot them out of that zone potentially. Looks like Renaissance is doing the same.
Yeah, both teams starting to shake things up. High post pass. Sadler down low. Banker up and good. Corey Sadler with a bucket.
He's got 8 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. I mean, he could get a quadruple double here tonight.
He's been special. Kick, corner. Phelps, and a blocking foul is called. It's going to go on Amari Johnson. That'll be Johnson's second. Now the team's first. Another look at that baseline drive and the block.
Yeah, just not being able to move the feet and get set, and a good drive right there by Renaissance.
Phelps with 2 points in this game. How about that pass from Stone to Phelps? Sigmund pulls down his pass again. Second time in this game, must have been deflected. Lance Stone for 3, in and out. And unable to hang on was Brandon Flint. Back to Cass Tech, who's +6 with 1:07 gone by in the second half.
Yeah, it feels like already here in this second half, it's more of a grinded out type half-court basketball game than it was in the first half. And I think that'll play better for Renaissance because it should lead to less turnovers and less steals for Cass Tech.
Yep. Renaissance played Kalamazoo Central in the game we saw. How about that? The second hammer of the night by Amari Johnson off the fresh feet.
Yeah, Stevie Hall found him on the nice back cut. The zone was not paying attention to the cutter. That is a high percentage shot.
Corner kick, Phelps 3, no, and Renaissance just has not been able to hit those 3 balls like we've seen all year long. They get a break here with a turnover thanks to the shuffle of the shoes of Harris.
Yeah, Renaissance only 4 of 17 from three-point land right now. This guy has had the majority of them. We're going to call Sadler for the reach-in right there.
Corey can't
That's
quite believe
third.
it. That's big. Make a note of that one. With 6:18 to go, Steve Hall with a decision to be made.
The foul is on number 0 of Cass Tech.
It's tough to take Corey Sadler out of the game. We just talked about how many facets he touches.
And a quick foul is called down low on Cass Tech's Amari Johnson. So the whistle's starting to fly. Jacob Keeley said so, and guess what? That's his 3rd foul. So foul trouble the theme right now. Stone to the top side. We'll see if Renaissance can't make a move. They're down 8 right now to the defending state champions and the defending city champions. Missed shot there. Cass could go up double digits here. Sadler with a setup. Is it an assist? No. On the run, Stone has his teammate Sigmund leaking out. Layup, good. And a much-needed stop of the bleeding by Renaissance on that 6-0 run.
And that's how they need to score on Cass Tech. They need to get those steals and get out in transition. And that was a beautiful pass by Stone. Very patient. He could have passed that a little too early, and the defense would have been able to catch up.
Floater in the paint. Count it, and the foul. That's Derek Miller. Second team All-City, leading scorer, and a big-time bucket by the senior.
Yeah, you see they just didn't give him enough space to come down. That floater through the lane, an absolute thing of beauty when it goes in.
Can't say enough of what a great job Steve Hall has done reloading. He lost a lot last year. I mean, the guy lost all of his starters, brought back everybody. Miller had plugged in as a starter. You could say he lost 4, but at times all 5 guys are fresh faces in that starting lineup. What a job he's done assembling a team that some have ranked as high as number 2 in the state right now.
Yeah, and there was really no drop-off. I mean, they're 18-1 on the season, and when you replace that many people to be able to get it back to that point that quickly, it just shows a lot about the talent and the system that you're running.
9-point game, Sigmund to the hole, no luck there. Backcourt Phelps nearly swiped it. Cass trying to win their 10th straight game. It would give them the city title.
Aaron Graves checking on into the ball game.
Sadler posting up, short with a shot. Rennie couldn't hold on to it. That'll stay with Cass.
And you saw Corey Sadler talking to the referee along with Lance Stone, kind of going back and forth at each other, and Sadler said he was taking an elbow to the face, so we'll see how that goes.
Well, here's a look at the replay. The official has changed the call.
I think he just called a separate foul on that. He called it on 15, Lee Harris.
Ah, okay.
It was a pre-inbound push-off, I believe.
Okay, good catch. Here's Lance Stone, who had 30 points in a win we saw against Kalamazoo Central back on the 20th of January. That's a foul over the back. It's going to go on Renaissance. And here's a look at that reach-in foul.
Game's starting to get a little bit more physical. You can start to tell the players are feeling the time crunch that we're only several minutes away from naming the city title.
That's right. Quarter and a half left. Cass trying to extend this to a double-digit lead. Miller for three. Splash City. Up by a dozen. Cass Tech electrifying the crowd, and the green guys go up a dozen.
And I love it. Cass Tech starting with Corey Sadler in the post. Him being able to find the wide open shooter when they're double teaming him. Smart basketball for Cass Tech.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
DPSL Blue undefeated 8-0, 2,400 strong at this high school. What a great school. State champions in Division I a year ago under Steve Hall. Tyson Acuff, you might recall. Guy who was at Eastern Michigan and having a great season. Stevie Hall, recently offered by Nebraska, one of the recruits. Corey Sadler, a 5-star for football, and regarded as the top athlete in the class of 2026. But right now, it's all about Cass Tech basketball. And they've got the culture too, the winning culture. That's got to stand for something, right?
Well, for Cass Tech, they got that monkey off their back, right, of never winning a state title, and they finally get it last year. Now you're playing with house money. You know, that pressure isn't there to be the first to do it. Now you just got to go out there and do it and get up on the board like they did last year.
Cut to the hole. Renaissance around the perimeter. Trying to find a hole in that Cass Tech defense. They'll settle for a corner three. Malachi Jackson, no. Loose ball. And Corey Sadler's right there. And he's looking ahead on the run. Miller to the rack. Lay in good. And the foul.
And another steal and an assist for Corey Sadler on that. That's 7 assists, 9 rebounds, 8 points. Telling you, Chad, he's closing in on that quadruple double, but what a finish by Miller as well with 15 points on the game.
The foul on Stone, his first. Miller's starting to heat up. Missed free throw. Stone with a rebound, 3-on-2 the other way. Corner kick nearly stolen by Miller. And a packed house at Wayne State Fieldhouse. Glad to be here for the city championships. Timeout, John D. White. We'll take it with him. We'll step aside with 3:56 to go in the third. A lot of chicken left on the bone. But right now, CT starting to pull away.
My time to shine. He took over. He got it. Splash.
And that will put some gauze on it.
Thought they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
Ah, yes, the Phoenix of Renaissance High School. You might recall Tawan Porter, and you might recall the two-time Class B state champs, the Renaissance Phoenix in 04 and 06. Tawan Porter amongst many, a Pac-12 all-freshman honors, 4-year career, 93 and 10, Pac-12 tourney MVP, and all kinds of recruits on this roster as Renaissance gets a much-needed bucket by who else? Lance Stone.
Yeah, Lance Stone has come out and played with the intensity that you would expect out of a Mr. PSL.
Offensive rebound, put back, no, but the Sadler miss was cleaned up by the sure-handed Amari Johnson.
Johnson just looking like a man-child down there. Just bigger than everybody, out-positioning everybody. And here's a nice look at Stone's corner three, which brings them back into the conversation in this game. A much-needed three-pointer.
Cass Tech by a dozen. One more for Johnson, and that's clean. Cass Tech pressure now backs off. Sigmund on the run. Rennie in trouble, down 13 with 3:30 left in the third. Sigmund, 3 SEC offers, and he's been stymied tonight. You can't say enough about the Cass Tech defense. Sigmund, 8 points, has done a fine job, but they've really contained that second and third guy for Renaissance that they can't afford to go off if they're going to win.
No, and they've just been super physical. I mean, Cass Tech is playing like this is the last game they're ever going to play, and you can see the difference in intensity on each squad. I'm not sure if Renaissance believes that they can outmuscle and win this game.
Yep, a lot to be said there. It's a good point. Believing you can do it, knowing that there was an example of you already doing it. Renaissance hadn't beaten King since 2019. They avenged a loss and beat them for the first time since 2019 to get a victory in advance in the semifinal to get here tonight.
And sometimes it's hard to bounce back after an emotional victory like that. You know, you beat a King and now, okay, we got up as high as we could for that game. How are we going to revisit that against Cass?
No doubt. It's a Phoenix defense that has been unable to contain Corey Sadler and his distribution tonight. Sadler has done it not just in scoring, but it's really been the distribution where he has excelled and gotten others involved in this game.
Yeah, it's interesting because they started using him on the post, which you don't think of a 6-foot player as your post go-to guy. But man, he's so strong. You put him down there, you can't move him off the block.
That's Marcellus Phelps for 3, and we've got a tie-up down on the right baseline. But that 3 cuts it back to an 11-point game. Phelps with 5, his first triple right here.
Yeah, and a beautiful pass to him, too. And that's what Renaissance needs to do, collapse the defense and find the shooters. And the zone will give those up. The zone almost dares you to shoot outside jumpers. So if you start knocking them down, it'll change the whole approach that Cass Tech has.
Over the limit with fouls, both teams are now. And Cass will go line left. They've been special at the stripe today. Now 17 of 23. They started 16 of 18, so they've sort of been on a slump. But how about the quantity? 23 free throw attempts to just 5 for Renaissance.
And physicality is the reason that's happening, right? Yep. They're bigger, they're stronger, they're forcing the action down low, getting those offensive rebounds and steals.
Lance Stone in the backcourt throws it away. Looking left side for Sigmund, and they're talking to each other, and looks like there's some misunderstanding going on.
Yeah, and that's just some frustration going on, you know? Renaissance came in this game believing that they can win, knowing that they can win, but they have to play their game, and it doesn't involve unforced turnovers.
Yep. Sadler nearing triple-double numbers tonight. 9 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Who knows, with steals, you could get a quadruple-double.
It's got to be 4 or 5 steals.
I know J-Mo's all over it.
4.
Heard Pat the stat. Kick back, Sigmund swats it, 2:20 left, Cass Tech up 12. They've seen their lead as big as 15. Sadler, ISO, in the paint, nowhere to go, sticky defense, and he scores over it anyway. Phelps, their stopper, couldn't get a stop. Sadler solved it. And Lance Stone, coast to coast, like a hot knife through butter.
And you got to hand it to Lance Stone. He's really the only player from Renaissance that you feel came out with that spring in his step and with that daggers in his eyes.
19 for Lance. Fresh feed. That's from Miller. And the conversion on the catch and finish from Mr. Lee Harris. Harris has 13. That's an air ball from 3. And a quick shot.
Yeah, just trying to do a little bit too much there, pulling up from way downtown. Those are not the shots that will get you back into the game.
14-point lead, knocked away. Jaden Miller, 1 against 2, and it's stripped out of bounds. And they'll have to reset with 1:10 to go. Cass all over the court, seemingly with 6 players in the court.
And that's what I mean, you know, just the intensity that they're playing with. Even though they're up 14 points, they're not going to give you a breakaway free layup. They're just going to fight it.
Stone in the block, double team. Sigmund, quick pass, right wing 3, in and out, no. Halfway down for Miller, who's knocked home a couple. Meanwhile, the other Miller driving baseline and scoring, and a flex to follow.
What a strong take by Miller. Able to get that up off the glass, too. I didn't think he was going to be able to put it off the glass the way his body was angled.
In the paint, cut off that 15-foot mark. Stone double teamed, and he takes it into the green guys and gets tied up. That is a jump ball, and that will stay this way.
Yeah, but once again, the tenacity by Stone. He is not afraid to mix it up. He's brought it tonight. But just everybody from Cass Tech has brought it.
Donovan Edens along with Harris converging there. Corner three's long, and the offensive fight for the rebound goes to whom? The officials will talk, and it's going to go and stay here. There you see the look at the 3 in the battle. And yeah, when it's that close, just let's stay here. No need to walk down.
It's so tough. The officials have to call that in real time. We get slow-mo and it's still like, did it hit his elbow? I don't know.
Right. They got a tough job. Stone double teamed. Elbow jumper, no good. And a big boy rebound by that man, fresh off the bench, Jalen Howell, who doubles as a receiver and safety on the football team. And Lance Stone and Howell getting into a wrestling match on that Wayne State floor.
Lance Stone is not afraid to mix it up with anybody on this court. So far, you've seen him get physical with Corey Sadler. Now you're seeing him get physical with Jalen Howard.
2 points.
Takedown. But that's what Renaissance need. If all 5 guys were playing like Lance Stone right now, this would be a completely different ball game.
Got that right.
For Cass Tech, I think everybody on the floor is flexed for them at least once.
Yep. They were up big last year, and Detroit King rallied. And we saw quite a run, or it was the other way around, I apologize. Anyhow, it was a similar margin of deficit going into the 4th. And it ended up a 1-possession game. Will this game end up like last year's? 11 seconds left. Miller with a basketball. He's heated up here in the 3rd. Matthew Collins with it now. 6 seconds to go. To the right wing. This is Harris. Harris, 1 second. Forced at the buzzer by Miller, and it nearly went from 40 feet. That'll close out the 3rd quarter. Cass Tech stacking up points and stops, building a 16-point lead as we head to the 4th.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Lowering the shoulder.
swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Chad and Stick back with you, the PSL City Championship. Congrats to Detroit Cody winning the unified title this morning in a game, well, this afternoon that started at 1. The Renaissance girls knocking off Cass Tech by a large margin. And then this one, 16-point lead. What does Renaissance have to do to get back in this game, Stick?
I mean, besides Lance Stone scoring the ball, they need somebody else to get into double digits and kind of help carry the load. If you're looking at Cass Tech, they got 3 guys in double digits, and another guy with 7 points. So Renaissance, hold on to the ball, don't turn it over, and start making your 3-point shots.
It's been a tough go from downtown for Rennie as they get a layup by Phelps. He's got 7. In the paint, Sadler's shot, got it, and the foul. Oh, Corey, Superman is struck again.
Yeah, that's his 13th point of the ball game to go with 10 total rebounds, 7 assists, and 4 steals. Just always seems to be in the right place at the right time.
Making difficult plays, ultra athletic. Quarterback, wide receiver, safety, but a missed free throw there. 16-point lead. This match is their largest. And Rennie's going to have to reset. Ball out of bounds, baseline right, just underway fourth quarter. This is a game that saw Cass Tech lead by 8 after the first quarter. But it was a 4-point game at halftime. But how about Cass Tech? A 22-10 advantage in that third quarter.
Yeah, that really separated them and really caused this fourth quarter to kind of be panic time for Renaissance. You kind of got to get out of character, start taking some shots you normally wouldn't take.
The one thing for Cass you got to look for and be concerned with is the fouls. They've got 3 on Sadler, 2 on Miller, 2 on Edens, and 2 on Harris. 3 on Johnson. Sigmund for 3, a live-in right roll on a Sunday. Maybe a couple extra prayers at service, and Sigmund sinks it, and it couldn't have come at a better time. Here's how it happened.
Yeah, Sigmund, a lot of good ball movement on that. They passed up several good shots to get a great shot for Sigmund, and he was able to knock it through with a little bit of help from the glass, and like you said, live-in right roll, Chad. Speaking of live-in right rolls, how many backflips do you think you could do?
None. I've never been able to do anything like that. Have you?
Yeah. On a trampoline, I could probably, but no, I would land flat on my face if I tried that. And you got to give it up for the cheerleaders here for both sides. They've been loud, they've been fun, they've been having a little bit of competition back and forth. That's what the city championship's all about.
It's a great rivalry. Two high academic, high athletic performing institutions, Detroit Renaissance and Detroit Cass Tech. And what an opportunity for Renaissance to win the city title against the Division I state champions from a year ago, ranked as high as number 2 in the state right now, 18-1. The only blemish on the record for the Technicians as that ball is turned over is their loss on the 20th of January. And ironically, it was a game that we did here on the Prep. A loss to Zeeland West, a 20-point variety, as we get a look at the replay and the turnover. Lance Stone and company get it back. Sigmund down the avenue, left hand lay-in, no. And Sigmund nearly forced a Cass Tech turnover. He's had a rough night tonight. Miller fader, and that's a quick possession. Sigmund on the run, got boys sprinting out with him, but it's picked off by Sadler, and he will lay it in.
You're expecting him to jump out of the gym with how athletic he is.
He's tired.
Another steal and 2 points, ho-hum.
Stone kick, corner 3, Splash City. That's Marcellus Phelps, and he's got 10. He's in double figures, and Rennie gets a much-needed 3. Right block layup, no, but a foul. And they're going to get number 5. That's Miller. That's his 3rd. And Cass Tech running free.
Renaissance starting to knock down a few shots, but they just seem to be like a sieve on defense right now, just going for the steal and leaving some wide open layups to be had.
The first game was a double overtime instant classic. Cass Tech would win that game, but it was 88-85, and a game that Renaissance felt that they should have won. They had a chance to win the game. They missed 2 out of 3 free throws that would have put them up a couple possessions. Cass Tech forced overtime and eventually would win the game. But again, it goes back to sort of the expectations, the culture, and the way these two programs have been up until this point.
Yeah, and you never know what those types of games, if they would have just turned out a little bit different, what it would mean for a team like Renaissance.
Lance Stone from the parking lot, and it's a Glasser. And Cass Tech is up 2 touchdowns against Renaissance with 6 to go in this game.
Cass now not trying to force the action. They're going to run their offense.
Ball loose, near steal, and that is Marcellus Phelps, no doubt. They're excellent on-ball defender.
65% of the votes in the chat right now for Cass Tech to win this game, and looks like 65% of the people may be right.
All right, we'll see. Miller, mid-post floater, no. Rennie comes out clean, 4-on-3, ahead. Stone, kick to the block, and it's knocked out of bounds by Harris.
Yeah, Harris thinking that could have went off Jaden Miller's hands. It looked like it could have. I didn't get a good look at it from here. It looked like it got deflected twice, though.
They run 2 players at Lance Stone, force it into the hands of Sigmund, who converts. He's got 13 points and 10 rebounds in this game, and 5 assists. Cass Tech breaks the press and slams again. How about Amari Johnson? He's got 11.
95% of players have to lay that up. Amari Johnson just dunks it.
Renaissance will keep it alive somehow on that baseline after the miss by Phelps. Malachi Jackson saved it.
Saw a guy on the baseline calling for a replay. Sorry, sir. At this level, we don't quite have replay.
Brian Stovall will check in. How about the hops? Solid entry pass there. Risky converted. Sigmund to the corner. Rainbow 3 short and looked a bit rushed. What an addition Malachi Jackson has been, though. 17-footer, Matthew, no. Out of bounds, it'll stay with the technicians. And the guys in green and white.
Corey Sadler is still politicking with the officials every time down the court. Like, come on, just once. Just give me a call. They're beating me up out here.
14-point game. Sadler trying to settle it. Gets it to Collins for 3. No. But they're going to get a push. Was it before the shot?
It's looking like they pushed the pick defender.
Lance Stone, I think.
Yeah, Lance Stone trying to get through the pick of Lee Harris. Just kind of pushed his way through. See right there. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the pick from Amari Johnson. That's a big body to push through.
Yeah. Hard to dent that collision. 4:15 left, and there's a tap away and a near steal, and now a steal. Phelps will lay it in. Picks the pocket of Sadler. Turns the tide there, gives him a dose of his own medicine.
This press from Renaissance has caused some issues. And this is the type of intensity that you wish they would have come out with right there in the first quarter, just going hard the entire game. You know, they talk about the cross-country runners and how they have that stamina. Well, why not run them horses all game long?
We'll see if that endurance can help them in the final 4 minutes of this fourth quarter. 12-point lead for Cass Tech.
Cass Tech looks like they're happy running that weave that just kills the clock at the high school level.
Yep. Four-corner operation. There's a foul. That is the 4th on Renaissance. They had one to give, but that's it. Next one will be free throws for the green guys.
Nice look at Corey Sadler taking it down the lane right there.
Johnson to the hole against Sigmund. Make it Harris, rather, and he'll go back to the line. 29 attempts from the stripe. Cass getting rewarded for being aggressive going to that rim.
Yeah, and Harris looking to add to his 15 points and 7 rebounds tonight. It's kind of been a quiet 15 and 7 for him. He really hasn't dominated the game, but he's racking up stats.
And you look at the balance of this team tonight. Sadler 15 and 10 and 8. Miller leading the way with 18. Talk about a quiet number. Lee Harris was 16 and 7. I mean, you're right. It's been a real group team effort tonight for the defending state champions out of this great city of Detroit.
And they're a tough team to draw it up. Like, who do you defend? Who do you try to take away?
And look, they're a team that a lot of folks have, said, hey, well, they haven't played a ton of people, haven't done a lot. But they have proven tonight that they are going to make a run and defend their title. And the title's going to run through the Boulevard. 12-point lead. There's a whistle and a foul, and back to the line goes Cass Tech for the 30th time tonight. And that's 5 fouls, and that's it, and that's all.
And a frustrating night for Phelps. I mean, he did have 12 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, but I'm sure if you asked him, that's not the strongest game he wanted to play. He's known as a defender, and Corey Sadler has kind of had his way with him tonight. Corey shooting 6 of 11 from the field, 3 of 7 from the free throw line, and 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 5 steals.
It's been a big night. It'll be a tough debate for the G of the game. It's not over yet. And especially if Cass Tech continues to shoot free throws like this, after starting 16 of 18, they've gone 5 of 12 since.
And if you're Renaissance, that's the way you got to look at it, right? Look, we're down 4 possessions. Can we stop them 4 times and get 3 or 4 3-pointers to get back in this?
Sigmund for 3, ball loose, friendly fire. Stone comes away with it. Corner 3, they need it, and they got it. Lance Stone, Splash City. And he's got 22 points. Timeout, Cass Tech. It's a 9-point game.
And I love this pump fake right there. Shows the poise, shows the confidence. Knocks it down from the corner, and now 3-possession game. Chop them down one by one.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
Cass Tech in the lead by 9, but Renaissance with a 5-0 run. 2:53 left. Is there still time for Rennie to make some noise and make the green guys nervous?
Oh, of course there is. And if you're Renaissance, that's what you got to like. You're a running gun team. You score in bunches, and you're only down 9 points with 3 minutes left. That's not insurmountable.
It'll be Cass Tech basketball out of the Steve Hall timeout.
Look at this out-of-bounds play.
Yeah.
Football play.
And it gets the ball stolen. Stone gives it up. Miller for 3. No. Lance Stone with a rebound. They'll try it again. Miller for 3. Splash City. It's an 8-0 run, and it's a 6-point game with 2.5 left, and here come the Phoenix.
And you're starting to see that tenacity that Renaissance could have been playing with all game long.
How about it? John D. White, the head coach, is going wild, and that defense is so active, and the momentum is shifted.
And that's the intensity that I've been calling for all game out of Renaissance. You see it. If they would have played full out the whole way, there you see Stone coming down with a huge rebound and pitching it out to that young man right there, Jaden Miller for 3.
The sophomore with a big shot. And that inbounds is stolen. Sigmund to the hole, and he draws the foul. And Renaissance is 2 free throws away from making it a 4-point game. Watch out, the run continues with Rennie.
And the Renaissance fans are getting into it, getting loud, and you saw a bunch of Cass Tech fans leave about a minute ago. And now look, everybody's standing up top because they started walking to their cars and they had to turn around.
Sigmund sinks it. Jordan Sigmund. A guy with multiple offers. 3.9 GPA as well. Offers from LSU, Vanderbilt, Alabama, Toledo, UAD.
Come on, Titans.
4-point game, 4:24 to go. Renaissance has given Cass Tech the business with his press. And a foul called in the front court, and that'll put Cass Tech back on the line.
Yeah, Jaden Miller acting surprised that was called, but he definitely ripped the arm of the Cass Tech player. Watch this right here. Look at that. He's got all forearm on that. So I know the fans are not happy with that call, but that was by far the correct call.
The way that Cass Tech has shot free throws in the second half, is that a bad thing? We'll find out here. Jalen Howell at the free throw line, and he misses the first. Look at that crowd. Sold out Wayne State Fieldhouse, really starting to fill with electricity right now with a city title on the line.
Where was this all game long?
They were saving it. They're cross-country folks. They wait. Blocks out, missed them both. Here comes Rennie. Down 4. An 8-0 run as I'm back in business with 2:10 to go. And Mr. Clutch, Lance Stone, just licking his chops. Sigmund with it. Floater, right hand, missed it. And Miller comes away with it and throws it away. And Rennie's got Cass Tech still on their heels as they hug it out.
Yeah, Cass Tech is just sped up right now, playing uncharacteristic basketball, and you got to hand that to Renaissance. They're the one putting them in this position. There you go. You just see the throwaway, the unforced turnover at an untimely time.
How about it? Don't you dare go anywhere. I told you we got a game. I told you there was chicken left on the bone. Under 2 to go. We got a 4-point game. Thanks for watching. City title on the line in Detroit.
My time to shine. He took over. He got it. Splash.
And that will put some gauze on it. Saw they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening. Just a good time.
Welcome back to Wayne State Fieldhouse. Renaissance on a run, an 8-0 run. Stone with 4 fouls, Flint with 4 fouls, Phelps is fouled out, and Miller with 4 fouls. Rennie in foul trouble, but what an avalanche we've seen here, a momentum shift in favor of the Phoenix. Sigmund here to the rack, kick to 3 to cut it to 1, no, ball loose, and Sadler with a run out, and a 2-on-2. Sadler to the hole, and he's fouled going up.
Everybody kind of taking a deep breath right now after that big three-pointer for Renaissance didn't go in. And then Corey Sadler coming down with the rebound, pushing the action and getting all the way to the rim.
He has really struggled from the free throw line. And it has been an absolute avalanche for this Renaissance defense. How have they been able to come back, Stick?
Just being active and being intense. That's what I was talking about all game. Everybody's starting to play like Lance Stone has been playing all game long, just being disruptive in the lanes, causing chaos. And that's what Renaissance has been known to do. They're an undersized team. They need that max effort, especially when you're playing a team like Cass Tech. They just didn't pick it up till 2 minutes ago.
Cass Tech led by 16 in this game with 53 seconds left in the third. They led by 12 a minute and a half ago. But Cass Tech has left that back door open, and it's called missed free throws. It's holding that door wide open. It's a 4-point game with 94 seconds left, and the city title still anybody's. The highest recruited kid in the building is at the stripe on a lonely line, and he sinks the second. Cass by 5, 94 seconds left in the city title in 2024. Stone with a risky pass. 3-ball, Miller short, and a great box out by Harris to hold and get fouled. How about the big boy rebound by the junior Lee Harris?
That is a monster rebound in that moment because they've been giving up some offensive rebounds. And you know, when three-point shots are being taken, long shots equal long rebounds. You see a little bit of elbow to the chest just to say, get off me, it's my ball.
We thank all 751 of you watching live right now on the Prep. Truly fabulous numbers, thank you. The foul's on Alfonso Harris, the 6'4 freshman. And it puts Harris at the line where he's 11 of 12 in this game. And guess what? He missed it. And it's not my fault.
I'm not saying a word.
I'm not owning responsibility for anything that happens on that court. What a game by Harris, though. Now 11 of 13 from the line. And with the game in the brink, he sticks it. 6-point game, 75 seconds left. Stone, who's had a big game, 22 points, double team. Passes out of it. 3, dead spot left, Splash City! How about it off the bench? The freshman Harris. And they've cut the lead in half with 63 seconds to go. The freshman off the pine, not even loose.
And that's what you gotta love about championship games. It's unbelievable the players that step up. And if you would have told me the freshman Alfonso Harris would have been hitting a huge shot like this, I would have looked at you funny. But this is a growing moment for that young man, a growing moment for the entire program at Renaissance. Only down 3 with a minute left.
Wow. Renaissance making some haymakers, taking them. They've taken a few, but they've come back. They've had the endurance. We talked about the cross country. We talked about them withstanding things. Cass Tech at the free throw line, 23 of 37. They've been to the free throw line 30 times more than Renaissance.
And at one point, weren't they like 15 of 17?
16 of 18.
16 of 18. So since then, they're 5 of 19 from the free throw line. That is problematic, and it's what's allowed Renaissance to get back into this game.
Oh, what a dandy. Glad you're with us on the Prep. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you would, please.
And how about 34 three-point attempts for Renaissance?
Cast a trigger. They got to go full court against this Renaissance relentless pressure. Sadler, triple teamed, pass tipped, but Miller clears. Stone playing with 4 fouls. Flint's fouled out. Phelps is fouled out. Sigmund with 3 fouls.
And you wonder at what point does Renaissance foul, because there is no shot clock in Michigan basketball. Coaches are yelling foul.
Miller with 4 and Stone with 4 cannot foul. Now here comes the trap, and Sadler wants a timeout. He didn't get it called, a near tie-up. And finally a reach-in with 27 seconds left. And it's Malachi Jackson who reaches in for just his second foul. A lot of time off the clock. You think that was intentional?
Yeah, it seemed like Corey Sadler just stopped expecting them to come foul him, and I thought Renaissance did the smart thing by not fouling him, just trapping him, because if you catch him in a 5-second violation there, you get the ball back.
Miller 4 of 6 from the free throw line. 18 points tonight, and he buries that to make it a 2-possession game. Substitution checking out for the technicians is Amari Johnson. And into the lineup comes Donovan Edens.
Yeah, they want to defend the three-point line.
They split the pair. 4-point game, 24 seconds left. Lance Stone on the move. Miller back to Stone. Stone wants it. Stone takes it to the rack. No foul called. And Corey Sadler comes away with 12 seconds left in what might have been the game-clinching stop.
Stone looking for the foul on that. He looked right at the official. There was some contact, but he needed to get that up and get it in, cut this to a 2-point lead. Then they could have fouled and put some more pressure on Cass Tech. But that man right there, Corey Sadler, what a heck of a game he's had.
In the conversation for G of the game, and how could he not be? Corey's line, 16 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists, 5 steals. A lot of missed free throws, will not be on that line. Now, 2-possession game, 12.7 seconds left. 4-point game. I mean, this is one where you got to get a 3 up pretty quick if you're Renaissance either way here.
Yeah, you hope he misses, and then, you can cut it to a 1-point game, guaranteeing a shot.
Oof. No timeouts left, 12.7 seconds to go, and Sigmund is fouled in the backcourt. Miller fouls Sigmund quickly.
Well, Cass has, 3 more fouls to give, so they could just kind of kill this whole clock out for 11 seconds. So they got 2 more to give now.
Good call.
So that's smart coaching by Cass Tech.
It is.
Make them waste 2 seconds, foul them. They're not going to the line. And that's one of those interesting things where not following can help you, and sometimes it hurts you at the end of the game.
What a day it's been. Detroit Henry Ford knocked off Cody with a game winner, a bank shot. And that got us started with a fabulous day in the unified contest. Congratulations to Henry Ford for that win. And then the girls of Renaissance with a 40-point win over Cass Tech. And here in this one, in a game with which Cass Tech led by 4 at the break, led by 8 after 1 quarter, but built that lead all the way up to 16, Stick. Before Renaissance came all the way back to get it to 1 possession. But right now, Cass has bumped it up after Renaissance has not been able to hit some threes down the stretch and get the turnovers they were getting earlier in this game.
Yeah, and I think if Renaissance goes back and watches this game, going into the state playoffs, they're going to be like, all right, we cannot let off the pedal at all. If we play full speed for 32 minutes, we can beat anybody in the state.
1 more foul to give. Stone back to Sigmund for 3, in and out. Stone with a push-off, and he got busted for it. Lance Stone will foul out with 3 seconds left. Pushing off to get that rebound. It's been a great night for number 11. He's got 22 points and 8 rebounds and 3 dimes. And that should do it with 3 seconds left. Cass Tech looking for back-to-back city titles. The reigning state champions are going to have something to say in March in the MHSAA tournament. They're still the state champs. They're still number 2 in some polls. They haven't gotten as much love as they did last year, especially just having 1 loss. Do you think that changes after this game?
They should get some love, but, if I'm Cass Tech at this point, I'm embracing the disrespect, right?
Yeah.
We're state champs. We're 18-1. You still don't think we're the best?
Yep, good
okay,
point.
we're about to come out here and show you. So, sometimes you can use that to your advantage. The CT chant taking over.
Talented cheerleaders, and Cass, all a part of this great event and day put on by the PSL. Jay Alexander and his crew. Fabulous championship Sunday. Thanks so much for letting us be a part of it here on the Prep.
There's one thing the Cass coach is going to take away from this, it's free throws. 25 of 42 from the line tonight.
Free throw missed, 1 second left. The heave at the buzzer, and that is good. It will count. The three-pointer is good, but it's not enough. 72-70, Renaissance fights all the way back from a deep hole, but not enough to overcome the Technicians, the champions of the city of Detroit, and the DPSL here tonight.
What a fun game to watch. I'm so glad it turned out the way it did. You never want to see a blowout game, especially in a championship game, because both these teams deserve to play hard and to be in a position to win a championship, and we saw it there at the end. You saw Renaissance never giving up, and you saw Cass Tech wavering a little bit, but it's hard to take down the champ.
Congratulations to the Technicians, the boys champion of the PSL in 2024 once again. We'll come back with our G of the game. A lot of choices, tough ones to be had. We're back at the other side of this timeout. We're the Prep. Cass by 2.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
Huron Valley Athletic Complex, where dreams, passion, and hard work create success.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Cass Tech wins it over Renaissance by 2. It was a big win for Cass Tech, and it was not easy. It was a 16-point margin, some emphatic dunks from Johnson, none which would have been set up if it wasn't for Corey Sadler, a big part of the effort tonight and our G of the game. But so many stood out. It was really Cass Tech coming from all different angles tonight. So many guys to feature and talk about.
Yeah, they got 6 players in the scoring column, 3 of them in double digits. Corey Sadler with 17, Derek Miller leading the way with 19, and then, of course, Lee Harris with 18. And then beyond that, I mean, they just kind of dominated this game defensively. You know, even though they had 16 turnovers, they had 8 steals, they had 11 assists, and the total rebounds 37-32. And then you look at the free throw shots. They shot so many free throws compared to Detroit Renaissance, but Renaissance is a finesse, more speed team. They want to shoot from the outside, and you're not going to get those calls. And the physicality of Cass Tech just wore them down. But when Renaissance finally started clicking, and, you know, I told you, like, they were looking like they just didn't believe. Then all of a sudden they started to believe, and they were a whole different team on the court. I think Renaissance is going to kick themselves down the road for not taking this game seriously from the jump ball.
Both teams about to get better from this contest, and the city championship belongs to Cass Tech once again, and they will take on Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
Woo!
On Friday or Saturday.
That's a game.
Well, I get that. We will not have coverage of that game, unfortunately, but it is a game that will be played next week for the Operation Friendship and the boys' side, and then the girls' Father Gabriel Richard will take on the champion, the Renaissance Lady Phoenix. Back to this ball game. Renaissance made their move. Cass Tech had a huge cushion, and it was all about that third quarter when Cass made their move.
Yeah, that was really it. Outscoring them 22-10 in that third quarter. Because look, Renaissance outscored them 28-14 in the fourth. Now, granted, 3 of those was a last-second buzzer beater that really had no effect on the game. But still, you take that away, that's 25-14. But I'm just looking at the field goal attempts, 66 for Renaissance and only 48 for Cass Tech. That's because they did a lot of their living at the free throw line.
43 attempts for Cass Tech from the stripe. 25 makes, and certainly some work to be done there, but tip of the cap to Cass Tech, the defending champion, who wins their 10th straight game here tonight at Wayne State Fieldhouse, caps off a season in the PSL. They're now 19-1, 9-0 in league play, and some have them as high as number 2 in the state of Michigan. And they're doing all this with a new team. They lost Acuff in the offseason to IMG, maybe the best point guard in the country. And they come back with Corey Sadler, who sort of was with the reserve in that role. And, I mean, to put it all together, you just really have to tip the cap to Steve Hall and what he's been able to do. Derek Miller, the returner, along with Corey, they've really led the way. And the rookie Stevie Hall, just a nice recipe for success.
Yeah, and, you know, not saying Acuff was ever a system player or Corey Sadler's a system player, but when you can show that you could take away those types of assets and still replenish with new guys, that's to the system, that's to the coaching staff, that's understanding your players, where to put them in the right positions at the right time, and how to play them. You know, a lot of coaches tinker with the lineup. Yeah. They don't really know who meshes with who, what game works with which game. Cass Tech, they seem to figure it out faster than most.
And they really started to see the development of the big guys in this game. Amari Johnson and Lee Harris, the 2 bigs, something Cass really needed to add this year, and it took some time. How about Harris and Amari Johnson, the 2 bigs, having solid games tonight together for the first time in quite some time.
Yeah, and we talked about potentially making Harris the G of the game as well with 18 points and 8 rebounds. You know, he had a block in there as well. And, you know, he was 12 of 14 from the free throw line. And that's a huge stat for what we saw for Cass Tech. He's got to sit everybody else down and kind of show them how to shoot those free throws, because at one point Cass Tech was like 90%. Then you looked, and they're all the way down to 40, 50% in their free throws.
We're awaiting our G of the game to join us.
He's down there enjoying it, slapping hands with everybody in the city.
As he should. In the meantime, we'll step aside for the final time tonight from Wayne State Fieldhouse. We're back with our G of the game, Corey Sadler. On the other side of this break, Cass Tech is the champion of the PSL tonight.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
My time to shine. He took over. He got it. Splash.
And that will put some dogs on it.
They were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to Fix My Feet today and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
My time to shine. He took over. He got it. Splash.
And that will put some gauze on it.
Saw they were having a lot of fun, off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Welcome back to Wayne State Fieldhouse. It's a final on the boys' side of things. The DPSL championship is all over, and Cass Tech wins it 72-70. Corey Sadler, our G of the game, joins us now. Congratulations, Corey. A game in which you did so many things for your team to help them win. Talk about this game and having a big lead, giving that big lead up, but holding on in the end. How were you able to rally the troops and hold on?
You know, that leadership, man, keeping everybody together, keeping everybody posed. When they start hitting threes, start getting a big run. You know, basketball about runs. So, you know, when the other team got runs, you know, just stay composed, you know, stay confident, man. You know, we kept the lead, you know, and we stick together.
Last year's state championship win, how much did that help you tonight? I know you lost a lot of guys, but how much confidence does that bring you in a game like this for the guys that returned, like you and your teammate, Mr. Miller?
You know, just knowing, like, been in these big positions, you know, been in these big games, state championships, PSL championships, football, basketball, you know, just the experience, you know, I got. So, you know, just me being a mature and leader, you know, just knowing, keeping everybody together, you know, and just staying focused, keeping the main thing, which is the win.
Football into basketball, I know you do both. You do it quite well. How much of an adjustment was it for you coming off a long football season, a productive one, city championship, into basketball? How much time did it take you?
It always take me like a week, you know, because, you know, basketball and football, like, conditioning is a little different. You know, football, you get a chance to stop. Basketball, you're 94 feet all the time. So it take me like a week to get, you know, back in that mode, you know, as far as conditioning-wise.
What's ahead for you guys? You're the back-to-back city champ. I know you'd love to be back-to-back state champion. Sure. Do you feel like you're getting the respect and the love as a team that's 19-1, and there's other teams that are regarded right now as higher ranked than you? What do you think about that?
You know, we ain't really worried about rankings. You know, last year they had us like that, you know, low on rankings. We ain't worried about that. We just taking one game at a time, you know, next task, you know, next game. Next game we got St. Mary's, so now the clock is on St. Mary's. You know, take 24 hours, like Coach always say, to celebrate. Then the next day we back on the same thing, you know.
What are your thoughts on the opponent, Orchard Lake St. Mary's, next weekend?
You know, we got to lock in. Just lock in. You know, it's going to be a great game. You know, it's going to be a great game. But, you know, they got decent players over there, Trey McKinney, those type of guys. Just stop it. We got to stop Trey.
Basketball in college, would that ever be an option for you?
Yes, I wanted it to be an option. You know, this year I told my coach, I said, why not get offers in basketball? You know, I'm playing, I'm putting all my effort and forcing to it all season. Why not? So, of course.
All the best to you, man.
Yeah, appreciate
Congratulations.
You. Thank you.
All right, our G of the game, Corey Sadler, regarded as one of the best athletes in the country in the class of 2026. Tonight, he leads his team in so many categories: 17 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, 5 steals, but most importantly, a city championship back-to-back for the sophomore Sadler and the Technicians. We're coming back to Wayne State Fieldhouse to wrap this thing up with Sam Stick Day in just a moment. This is the Preps coverage of the PSL City Championship. Cass Tech wins it over Renaissance in the boys tonight.
Derek Miller, Mr. PS.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
You should pay these guys.
Cass Tech wins the city championship tonight. Chad Bush, Sam Stick Day with you. Final thoughts, Stick, on this win for Cass Tech and this contest.
I thought it was a great game all the way through. You know, like I said, Renaissance is going to be kicking themselves. Like, we had them on the ropes if we would have put that effort in early. But Cass Tech, what a formidable team, you know. And you heard from Corey Sadler. It's on to the next game. That's what you love about these guys. They already got the experience of getting that state championship under their belt. Nothing's going to shake them. You can throw anything at them. A small collapse at the end. Like you said, we just kept composure, and we ended up coming out with the win.
2 wins this year for Cass Tech. Will they meet Renaissance again for a third time this year? We'll find out. They're in a collision course to meet at some point in the MHSAA playoffs. It'll start in a week or 2 from now. Time to say goodbye. What a great crew we had to make this possible. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Evan Westfall on replay. Austin Sonnenberg on audio. Noah Drury on graphics. Fish on a camera. Kyle Buchanan on a camera. Chris Armani Rose on a camera with a cramp right now, fighting through it. Pat the Stat on statistics. What else? J-Mo on statistics. And how about the Hunt Man? Rob Hunter, the utility.
Putting up cameras on backboards.
Doing a great job. We appreciate Rob Hunter, and we appreciate our great crew. My name's Chad Bush. For my partner, Sam Stick Day, saying so long from Wayne State Fieldhouse tonight. Cass Tech repeats as champions of the PSL with a 2-point win over Renaissance. We'll talk to you a lot in this upcoming week. Stay tuned to The Prep Sports on YouTube. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for watching. So long.